Psalm 1, the bearer's call from childhood. I bore the waters for those whose souls ran dry, though my own vessel leaked and cracked, still I carried on. A wounded healer walking, they named my restless spirit ADHD, but I saw what others could not see in the chaos of an untamed mind. Divine whispers echoed, calling me forth. Let those who bear similar wounds know your broken places are not your shame, but doorways through which light enters and wisdom flows like sacred streams. Psalm 2, the awakening. In depths of darkness I discovered truth, not through escape, but through embrace of pain that carved wisdom in my bones, and scars that taught me how to heal who seeks to numb their sacred wounds. I too once walked that shadowed path until I learned that suffering serves not as my enemy, but as my guide. For in the breaking comes the light, and shattering comes wholeness found. Each crack in spirit's vessel lets divine truth pour abundantly within. Psalm 3, the healer's path. Listen, you who wear your wounds as armor, I speak from scars that never fade, yet every mark upon my soul becomes a door through which others find their way. In midnight hours of addiction's grip, when darkness seemed eternal, vast, I learned that even poison's cup can transform to medicine divine. Now I stand in broken places, where others fear to tread or fall, for those who know the deepest depths can guide lost souls back to the light. Psalm 4, the sacred word. Speak truth into the void. Dear friends, let every syllable seed change, plant hope in soil of deepest pain. Watch how gardens grow from graves. These verses flow from open veins, not seeking glory, fame, or praise, but so you know your darkness speaks the same tongue as your coming light. The fool's wisdom echoes here in spaces between the lines. The Psalms of Carnage. 1nOnly Book I, the sacred pain. Psalm 1, the awakening one. In the depths of my darkness I found light, not through escape, but through embrace of wounds that spoke wisdom, and scars that taught truth too. Who among you seeks to numb the pain? I too walked that shadowed path until I learned that suffering was not my enemy, but my guide. 3. For in the breaking I found strength, in the shattering I found wholeness. Each crack in my spirit let divine light pour through. Psalm 2, the bearer's burden. 1. From childhood I carried waters for those whose souls were parched, though my own vessel leaked. I learned to fill others first too. They called it ADHD, I called it seeing too much. While they sought to dim my light, the universe whispered secrets in my ear. 3. Young prophet with restless mind, comedian who knew tears too well. The path was never straight, but every step led home. Psalm 3, the wounded healer. 1. Listen, you who wear your pain like armor, I speak from scars that never fade. Each wound becomes a door through which others find their way too. In the midnight of addiction, when darkness seemed eternal, I learned that even poison can transform to medicine. 3. Now I stand in broken places where others fear to tread, for those who know the depths can guide others through the dark. Psalm 4, the sacred word. 1. Words are spells we cast upon reality, each syllable a seed of change. Plant them deep in fertile pain. Watch how gardens grow from graves too. I write these verses in my blood, not for glory or for fame, but so you know your darkness speaks the same tongue as your light. 3. Let those with ears to hear find resonance in these lines, for truth vibrates at frequencies that only broken hearts can tune to. The Psalms of Carnage. 1nOnly Book I, the sacred wounds. Psalm 1, the awakening one. From depths of darkness I cry out, not in despair but in awakening, for in this pain I find my truth. In these wounds I discover strength. 2. My soul bears the marks of battles fought, each scar a testament to survival. What others see as broken, I know as the chisel of divine purpose. 3. Who am I to question the sacred fire? This burning that shapes my spirit, this flame that forges wisdom from the raw metal of suffering. 4. In the silence between heartbeats I hear whispers of ancient truth, that pain is not my enemy but the teacher I needed most. Psalm 2, the resonance. 1. Listen to the rhythm of your broken places, feel how they vibrate with holy purpose. Each crack in your armor lets in more light than before. 2. I have walked through valleys of shadow, carrying darkness like a second skin, but even in the depths my soul hummed with divine frequency. 3. Let those who seek comfort in numbness find only temporary peace. True healing comes through feeling, through embracing the sacred ache. 4. For in my weakness I found power, in my brokenness completion. The universe speaks through pain, and I have learned to listen. Psalm 3, the healer's path. 1. Once I ran from suffering, now I see it as my guide. Every wound becomes a doorway, every scar a map to truth. 2. Who are we to deny our darkness? It shapes us like water-shaped stone. In accepting shadow's embrace, we find our way to light. 3. I speak to those who carry burdens, who wear their pain like armor. Your struggles are not in vain, your tears water gardens of wisdom. 4. Through the alchemy of acceptance, transform your lead to gold. Let your broken places shine, become the light you sought. Here's a breakdown of the key themes and concepts found in the Psalms. Asterisk, the call of sorrow. The journey begins by acknowledging and listening to the divine voice within one's pain. Sorrow is not something to flee from, but a vessel that carries wisdom. It is in the quiet of pain that one is reborn. The art of resonance. This involves allowing the soul to vibrate in harmony with the trials faced, letting the heart echo with divine truth and amplifying faith through suffering. Resonating with the heavens while bending in the wind represents resilience. Asterisk the sacred gift of affliction. Pain is presented as a sacred chisel that reveals the divine patterns of the soul, not as a punishment. Each trial and anguish refines the soul. Asterisk the path of introspection. This chapter emphasizes the importance of looking inward and seeking answers within one's own brokenness. The question, who am I and why do I suffer, is the key to transformation. God is mirrored in one's wounds. Asterisk the flame of mercy. The fire of pain ignites the flame of mercy within, leading to compassion for others who suffer. Suffering becomes the source of grace for others. Asterisk the vessel of love and compassion. Healing by the divine hand transforms individuals into healers of others, allowing comfort received to flow outward to nourish those who suffer. Pain becomes a key to unlock the chains of others. Asterisk the wisdom of the brokenhearted. The brokenhearted hold the secrets of the universe, seeing the world with clearer eyes after having lived through struggle. Shattered and mended souls have learned the dance of light and darkness. Asterisk the crucible of spiritual enlightenment. Suffering is the forge where one is made whole, with life's trials purifying the spirit like gold in fire. Pressure shapes the individual into a vessel for eternal truth. Asterisk the bridge of faith. Faith carries one across the floodwaters of despair, even in the darkest night. Faith is a lantern guiding each step as a victory over the darkness. Embrace the process of overcoming. Overcoming is not the removal of pain, but its transformation and finding divine meaning within it. True strength is born from slow and painful rebuilding, with each wound being part of a divine tapestry. The love of God in the midst of trials. God is present in pain, a silent companion in the storm, offering strength and binding wounds with love. The promise of resurrection. For every death there is a resurrection, for every moment of suffering there is rebirth. Perseverance, not pain, defines an individual. The birth of the bearer. The speaker felt the weight of the world from a young age with a desire to help others. They saw the world as limiting and controlling. Addiction and the descent. The speaker describes being addicted to pain and seeking refuge in numbing substances. Addiction is seen as a cry for understanding and a call to rebuild oneself. The quest for truth beyond the flesh. The speaker sought truth in energy, sound, and the power of the mind. They sought ancient wisdom. The magic of words. Words are seen as spells, casting reality into being. The importance of speaking with intention is emphasized. Creativity as healing. Creative expression is a way to find one's voice and begin to heal. Art can be a form of redemption. The divine within. The speaker believes there is a divine spark within everyone that can be ignited. Pain is a passage to understanding this power. The betrayal of the heart. The speaker experienced betrayal and learned that love is not always enough. Forgiveness is key to breaking free. The strength of resilience. Setbacks and wounds are tests, and strength lies in the scars. The divine purpose of pain. Pain is not the enemy, but a guide leading to purpose and a capacity to heal others. Breaking the chains of limitation. Individuals are the masters of their own stories and must not let the world define them. The power of connection. There is a need to connect and share truth. The evolution of the soul. The journey of the soul is continuous, and each step forward is a victory. The Fool's Awakening. Wisdom is found in shedding pride and learning from mistakes. The poem of suffering. Riding pain releases what haunts an individual. The dance of madness and clarity. Madness is recognizing that all reason is a fleeting illusion. The healing wound. The deepest wound is the one that never heals and the source of understanding. The cleansing of ink. Pain is the mortar to build the future with hope as the brick. The Fool's Feast. Joy and sorrow should be experienced in equal measure. The prophet's ruin. Healers must first touch the wound before healing others. The price of salvation. One must save themselves. The curse of the healer. Healers are chosen and their suffering is a gift. The fool's wisdom. The universe whispers its deepest truths in the fool's jest. The silence after the storm. Wisdom is found in the stillness of the soul. The fool's rebirth. The fool is reborn every day and unafraid of change. In conclusion, the Psalms of Carnage 1nOnly present a unique perspective on suffering and spiritual growth, emphasizing that pain, when embraced, can be a pathway to transformation, wisdom, and a deeper connection with the divine. The journey is not about avoiding pain, but about finding meaning and purpose within it, using it as a catalyst for self-discovery and healing. These texts also support the idea of community empathy. The Psalms of Carnage 1nOnly redefines spiritual growth by emphasizing the transformative power of pain and suffering as essential components of the journey, rather than obstacles to be avoided. This perspective is woven throughout the texts, challenging traditional views of spiritual development as a linear progression toward an ideal state of being. Instead, it presents a vision where brokenness, vulnerability, and the willingness to confront one's inner darkness are necessary for achieving true spiritual depth. Key aspects of this redefinition include embracing pain as a sacred gift. The Psalms do not portray pain as a punishment or a sign of failure, but as a sacred chisel that carves away at the surface to reveal the divine patterns of the soul. It's seen as a vessel that carries wisdom, suggesting that profound understanding and spiritual growth emerge from the depths of suffering. The wounded healer. The text proposed that true healing and the ability to help others come from experiencing and processing one's own wounds. The concept of the wounded healer is central, highlighting that those who have suffered deeply are best equipped to offer compassion and guidance to others. This is directly linked to Carnage 1nOnly's personal journey, where his struggles with mental health and addiction become the foundation for a ministry focused on empathy and understanding. Authenticity and vulnerability. The Psalms emphasize the importance of being authentic and vulnerable, seeing the laying bare of one's struggles as a way to connect with the divine and others on a deeper level. This approach contrasts with more traditional views that might prioritize outward piety over genuine inner work. By embracing vulnerability, resonators create communities where people feel safe sharing their struggles without judgment. Resonance and spiritual harmony. The concept of resonance is introduced, suggesting that spiritual growth involves aligning one's heart and soul with divine truth. This alignment isn't achieved through suppressing pain, but by allowing it to vibrate with faith, amplifying it into something greater. This perspective ties into the idea that we are not meant to be free from suffering, but to find the divine meaning within it. Creativity as a path to the divine. The Psalms elevate artistic expression as a form of worship, viewing music, art, and performance as direct channels to the sacred. This concept underscores a belief that the act of creation is a sacred ritual reflecting the transformative power of suffering. Carnage 1nOnly's own journey as a musician and lyricist serves as a model for this approach, demonstrating how creative endeavors can provide healing and purpose. Spiritual growth as a continuous process. The text suggests that spiritual growth is not a destination, but a continuous journey of evolution. Change, struggle, and rebirth are seen as ongoing and essential. This perspective encourages self-reflection and emphasizes the need to learn from past mistakes, adapt to change, and continuously evolve. Inner reflection over external validation. The Psalms emphasize the need to look inward for answers and understanding rather than seeking external validation. The individual must find the divine within their own wounds, rather than in outward rituals or approval from others. This inward focus is key to connecting with one's true self and finding divine purpose. In summary, the Psalms of Carnage 1nOnly redefine spiritual growth by portraying it as an ongoing journey of self-discovery that embraces pain and suffering as integral transformative elements. This redefinition shifts the focus from external practices to internal work, from avoiding pain to using it as a pathway to deeper spiritual understanding and a more profound connection with the divine. The emphasis on authenticity, vulnerability, creativity, and the importance of a supportive community are all seen as essential to the process, and creative expression as important elements in spiritual development. Yet profound, avoiding religious cliches while maintaining spiritual depth. Both personal experience and universal truth, much like Carnage 1nOnly's own work. For truth vibrates at frequencies that broken hearts best understand.